Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, let's transition into something a lot more. Something makes me super happy.
You'll never see it coming.
Yeah, you'll never see microtransactions coming in this game series, though. I hope Atlas doesn't surprise me and ruin my lunch
the next update. Atlas is finally bringing to you what you've always wanted: gotcha mechanics.
Catherine, the gotcha version. Yeah, so this week there was a big Persona event in Japan, the Persona Super Live Concert 2019. They usually do like big concerts every so often where they get all the musicians together and they'll like all sing together and do these different songs from different games. It's actually really cool.
That's a trend I want to come to the West because Japan gets all sorts of video game concerts. But
yeah, they're all really cool. We get like the orchestra ones, which are cool too. But
you know what? To be fair, Distant Worlds from the Final Fantasy series does traveling across the world.
Yeah.
But I wish, as you stated, it's not as big, and I wish it was because there is some gorgeous music from these games that really deserve recognition.
The West just is like meh on soundtracks for some reason.
For whatever reason, we're just like whatever.
Even if they're beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Atlas used this concert as an opportunity to promote some of the games that they're about to do. They're Persona themed, and we got basically two kind of I don't know what you call it. It's not a remake. It's not a reboot. It's like a
soft
bootmake.
I heard soft remake. Is the
yeah. It's like a.
I mean, it's similar to
remastered.
Golden. It's a little more involved than Gold.
Yeah. And we got a spin-off title. So this one's been teased for a while. I think back in the beginning of the year, they put up a website that said in March we're gonna P5R. What is it? We're gonna tell you about it. So
sounds oddly like our podcast name.
it is actually. It's the same. It's the same.
It's exactly the same variation.
But they have a colon P5:R. We're P5R. We have no punctuation in ours. So yeah,
cool.
Which stands for Persona 5 the Royal, which is the golden Persona 4 version, like Mao.
Golden, so it might just be Royal when it's over in the West.
Yeah.
What exactly is like a soft reboot? Because I mean, obviously we know what a reboot is, but like, what the heck does soft?
Golden was almost like DLC content, but added into like a new version of the game with severe quality of life updates.
Makes it seem like the story is changing, sort of significantly.
Yeah, this is not. Yeah, this is not quite that. It is more
at the same place. We can't tell, but there's a lot more going on in the middle.
It is more a soft reboot. So,
I've seen a couple of people say that the middle was like a little bit, like kind of like, and I don't know because I never played the game, but like I have seen a couple of people say that the middle was a little bit boring, or they kind of got tired of it. Maybe
it's the slower section because you're on summer break, and there's it's cool if you like the social like life sim aspects because that's kind of when you do a lot of your minor stat build, like your social stat building and like increasing your confidant ranks and stuff. You actually do a lot of that during the middle part of the game. But I don't know. It's I've heard that kind of too.
When I say middle, I just mean literally everything in between the start and end. Like
okay.
Yeah. Like we don't know enough yet to know exactly how it's changing.
I thought you meant like the actual like middle of the game.
Okay. Well, it's coming out in Japan in October. They said everywhere else 2020, basically the West and the rest of Asia.
Yep.
This, just like Golden, is adding a new character who will be joining your party. Her name is Kasumi Yoshizawa. She's a transfer student.
Like
Dante
you
from the Devil May Cry series.
She looks like a dancer, gymnast.
Haru's the dancer.
Oh yeah, that's right. So we'll get that. There's also a new confidant that they've shown off as like a counselor. Yeah, a school counselor. So just like Golden, they're adding more confidants. For those who aren't aware how Persona works, there's the RPG elements where you go into the dungeons, or in this case palaces, and you advance the story. But there's also the life sim elements, which directly correlate to the RPG mechanics. So by getting to know people around town who they call confidants or social links in the other game, they're kind of like you build relationship points with them, and as you do, you unlock new abilities you can use in combat. You can fuse stronger persona, that kind of thing. So it basically makes you more powerful. So it's all about balancing your time, leveling up traditionally, like your combat stats, and your social stats to get you more powerful too. And also kind of like help you talk to more people and stuff. So they're adding more characters. So with more characters, you have to have more time to do everything because you can only visit and perform so many tasks. I think you get like 2 or 3 slots if you don't have school. And if you have school, you get to do one thing after school, I believe. I can't remember exactly how much time you get. It might be 2 things after school.
I'm playing through Persona 4 right now, so I don't know exactly if it's different. In Persona 4, you get 2 slots regardless of school.
Yeah, so you really have to... a lot of the game is managing your time correctly.
If you want to do everything.
Exactly. You might not care, and there might be like characters you're like, I don't really want to see their story. I don't care about this horribly inferior devil social link Arcana.
You might not care about reading every book, playing every game.
Yeah. So there's lots of stuff you like don't have to do. You don't have to max out all your social stats. So they always add basically more time because there's more characters, so you need more time to do more stuff. Yeah. So
it looks like we'll get to actually play out the entire school year this time instead of 2/3. Mm-hmm.
Yep, which is all you get in the original game without really spoiling anything. So yeah, there might even be more confidants. All the Persona games have kind of like a there's like the JRPG. It's not really a trope in JRPGs, but like in Japanese media and stuff, there's always like the character who doesn't fight and is like the tactician person or like the analyst kind of thing. Persona, every game has one of those who they're basically there to be like, here's this monster's weakness, use this. Or
in 4 it's Risei, and 5 it's Futaba.
Yeah, so it looks like Futaba might be a playable character potentially too. Like you might actually be able to fight with her. Everyone loves Futaba.
She is awesome.
Yeah, she's Meta's favorite hacker girl in the opening. Yeah, so
there's team up attacks. They showed off team members actually, like from Persona 4 had team up attacks.
Mm-hmm. They're adding these in.
It definitely seems like they're reworking at least some of the confidants, because there's the twins in the first one, which they were literally, you take them a persona that they told you to, and that was how you leveled them up. And in this one, it looks like you can take them outside of what's called the Velvet Room, because it showed them with you at base. I think it's like at Disney or something, but that might be a new version of the confidant levels. But it might also just be that there's more events to do with random people, because I know some people at least thought that there wasn't enough like group hangouts in the game, like compared to like 4.
I can see that.
Like there's not, they wanted to see more of like multiple characters hanging out together instead of just you. So
yeah, 4 does have the more like the team dynamic kind of thing going on. I think it more tries to lean into that. But yeah, they're what I like is that they're doing stuff different with the gameplay, and even the palaces are kind of being redesigned with the grappling hook in mind, and new puzzles and stuff. So it's not just like a straight.
Remember that the grappling hook you get in Smash that you never really see in Persona 5?
Well, here it is now.
Yeah, it shows up in like one transition scene in the menus, and that's the only time you ever see it in the original Persona 5.
And we all know that grappling hooks make every game better.
Then why would they pull that? You know what? They probably just needed.
Well, they probably knew that they were coming out with this.
Okay.
Because now they refactored the dungeons basically a bit, at least some of parts of them, to like utilize a grappling hook now. Like in the trailer, they showed off you knocking down a giant statue and then grappling hooking around.
That's cool. I also saw that you had areas of you walking around a town and whatnot. Is that
Yeah,
new?
they added a new town. It's
Or a new area in
Kichijoji
the game
district.
takes place in Tokyo. Right?
Yep. So you actually go to actual location. Well,
I
not
was gonna say,
actual, but like based off actual locations.
Yeah.
There's not actual like traveling around overworld maps on these games though, right?
No, it's like a
You get
quick
to
travel.
In this one, you get to see, you pull up the subway map and you can, or like the town map type stuff, and you can ride around to specific locations.
Go on the actual lines, so you'll go to like Shibuya or.
Okay, but you don't actually walk around in a city at any point. So
you walk around limited areas in the city.
Yeah, it's not like a giant open world esque kind of thing.
You can't transition you can't just like walk down the street to the next area. You have to get on the subway from your menu or whatever.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe it was like kind of more of a very menu-based type thing where you were, well, there is definitely like, overland movement and whatnot, but I thought like when you were kind of like in the non-dungeon-y combat stuff, you were kind of just utilizing menu screens to go from point A to point B. So, I don't know.
No, you go there and then you can walk around.
Yeah, there's like actual stuff to do.
Talk to people.
Okay, I didn't know that.
And the old games...
Expanding my knowledge.
Yeah, the old games like had nowhere near as much like wandering around stuff. You would go like the school and like maybe like 3 other places.
Yeah, this one has way more going on.
Mm-hmm. It's one of the things that makes it more interesting.
It sounds like the one that they added, the new location has multiple... It's not like they just added one new location with one thing to do. It has like shopping areas and like mini games and date spots. So
it's apparently a place where all the cool hip Japanese kids hang out after doing immense worth of research on Wikipedia.
The new area is not just like one thing. It's like it's they're adding a decent amount just from that one area.
And it looks like there's going to be more group activity because they go to arcade and like play pool and stuff together,
and darts,
and visit the aquarium. Though the aquarium's probably more the date spot.
Yeah,
because Yusuke is going. You better not tell Anne and Makoto about this place. It's kind of like okay, Yusuke, calm down. But yeah, so super excited for that. Then a lot of people thought that P5S, which had been talked about and rumored for a while, would be the much wanted and desired Switch port. Sadly, the Nintendo droids
they didn't listen when Jason Schreier tweeted out it's not going to be for the Switch.
It's not a Switch port. Now, that's not to say a Switch port can eventually come, perhaps Royal or the base game, but it's not at least in the works right now, or at least as far as they're telling us.
Stand for Switch.
Yeah, no.
It stands for
Scramble. Persona 5 Scramble, the Phantom Strikers, which I don't think anyone saw this coming, is a Muso game.
Yeah.
And we didn't get a whole lot.
Happy.
Yeah, Tetz is happy because he's been playing through Persona 5 and he loves Muso games. A lot of
people are not.
I'm fine with. I was saying this earlier. I'm fine with it.
Right.
We don't really know what.
You have a PlayStation 4 and have played Persona 5.
Yeah, and Royal is going to come out in a year. I don't need to play a Switch port like right this minute.
Right.
Instead, I can get a different game.
Only have the Switch. We're like, maybe Joker showing up in Smash means we'll get a port.
Yeah. And that's not to say it won't happen eventually, but he will be in a Nintendo game because this is a PS4 Nintendo exclusive, I believe. I don't think it's on Xbox.
It's Japanese console exclusive.
Yeah. So Muso game. The trailer showed off Joker fighting in what's the square? Kill me.
I don't know.
It's the big square in Japan. He was fighting a bunch of the like cop looking shadows, or not shadows, but
Angel boss looked like it showed up.
Mm-hmm.
It's some mysterious new character no one knows anything about.
Mm-hmm. So it's a spin-off game, Muso style. So it's the Dynasty Warriors style.
Yeah,
which could be cool because all the different characters have different weapons, so they can all play very differently.
I'd be curious to see if we're only getting party members, or maybe they'll pull in, other characters like Persona 4 characters or something.
Or 3 characters, yeah. Sure. How will the Persona system work? That could be really cool because it's very Pokemon-esque as a way people describe it to people who aren't really familiar with the games. It's not the exact same, but it is very elementally
especially the main line. Shin Megami Tensei is like adult Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Never heard
like,
of that one before. But that's a
mean,
great way.
Yeah.
Well, there's like penis
very
monsters and
dark
stuff.
mature and stuff. And it's based on all mythology, so you get a lot of monsters and demons and stuff.
And a demon on the toilet pooping.
Yeah. Well, the one boss monster and that looks like a dick or whatever.
Yeah, on a chariot or something. It's insane.
Yeah. And that totally sidetracked me.
Like it will.
Yeah, I mean, Dynasty Warriors really how many spin-offs can we do?
It does apparently work. People love it.
I mean,
or at least the
who,
fan base. The fan
it does
base,
have a dedicated fan base, it seems,
Mhm.
but it's not a huge fan base, and critically, they're not. I think they top out at 80 out of 100. Nothing really higher than that.
No, but I think that's kind of they're okay with that. It seems
Yeah,
right.
It's cool. What I like about the spin-off kind of Muso games is that how they incorporate the mechanics and some of the stuff from the games they're spinning off on. It could be really cool with Persona if they figure out neat ways to do it.
I'm just curious. My understanding is the stories are never that great, which is why part of the reason why I love Persona 5. It's usually I saw someone put it. It's oh, you're an enemy. No, I'm not. Let's fight. Oh, you won, so you're not the enemy.
The arena ones aren't that bad.
Repeat.
They're actually cool. I actually like the Persona 4 arena.
Oh, well, yeah. Supposedly, what's the company that does the
Arc Systems?
Yeah, Arc Systems was working on a Persona 5, but the success of DBZ Fighters delayed that, so that still might come.
Oh, I'm sure it will eventually because it actually had a pretty decent following. People played it for a while and competitively, so I mean that'll come eventually. So we got some cool more Persona stuff. I'm not going to complain.
Is really the key part.
Yep. The graphics for Royal, you can tell they've upscaled them a little bit for PS4.
Yeah, well, you can't play it on PS3 this
exactly.
time,
so you could tell kind of Persona 5 at times was a PS3 game.
It's got some PS4 performance stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Or Pro, the PS4 Pro stuff.
So I'm super excited for next year. I'm glad it's next year. I'll get JRPGs are shaping up nice.
I'd prefer it in October, but
oh yeah, I wouldn't argue with it in October. But Mal, I'm going to have Trails of Cold Steel 3 by October.
Maybe
I can only have one waifu high school game at a time, please. Thank you.
I'm curious to see how much repeat purchasing they get from that, because it's a lot to ask for people to start a 100-hour plus game over.
Yeah, and for $60, but if the stuff's different enough, especially the palaces, the social stuff, I don't mind it being fairly samey. I would like to see some new conversations and stuff, maybe choices you can do, but the fact that because the golden stuff, it didn't change any of that really.
No,
it's basically the thing it did was let you control your party members, which is huge. Imagine playing a JRPG where you can't control all your party members.
You mean Final Fantasy 13?
Yeah, or Persona 3 or 4, the original versions. So, especially in a game where you have to really
keep going if
don't
target their weakness.
Where they will just use elements that the enemies absorb and spam them on them and heal them because AI. And
the elemental attacks are very important, so not being able to control which ones you use is very
crippling.
Yeah,
that's what made 3 so hard. It wouldn't have been a hard game otherwise if you could actually control your party. But
I know, some people are kind of upset. It's a full $60 game for what probably could have been DLC. But I mean, I'm probably gonna end up getting it again.
I'll pay it. They'll get my money.
But it is kind of scummy to a degree.
Yeah, I won't. That's not the hill I'm gonna die on. Is
It kind of actually reminds me of Marvel versus Capcom 3, and then
Yeah, it's that same kind of thing, right?
Yeah. It really was just like an updated version of the game with like a couple more characters.
But they could have been way more scummy about it, though. They're at least like changing some of the stuff. So, like maybe if they decided to maybe do it for like $40, it'd be less offensive or something, something like that.
I think that's the biggest problem is that it's technically the game has pretty much been completely already made. They're really just updating it a bit, and that's really all this is. So, like playing it as a new game is kind of, as Mal stated, that's a bit scummy.
Yeah, like having to pay full new game price for what is not going to be a fully new game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit frustrating. I kind of wish they had taken the route that they did with World of Final Fantasy Maxima, which essentially like you get the game, but Maxima was like if you already own the original game, then you could just get Maxima for like a small amount of money.
Yeah,
and it
that's
would update
cool.
Everything. Or you could just get the full game and Maxima would just be attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of wish that had been the way the route.
I think it also came out at like $40 too, just if you didn't have the game.
Yeah,
from the first point.
Yeah, WoF definitely did not come out as a full price game again.
Mm-hmm.
But you could definitely get. I mean, for the people who pre-ordered WoF, they actually I think got the game. They got Maxima update for free.
Nice.
For the people who bought it afterwards, they just had to pay a small fee to get it, and then anybody else afterwards could just get Maxima with the game. It was just a full-on add-on.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I love the game though, so it's my favorite game of all time. I'm not going to complain, and they're going to get like another 100 hours out of me, so I won't completely feel gypped.
You're gonna.
It's not like it's a 10-hour game.
You're gonna play the first 100 hours in 72 hours, right?
It'll be longer because there'll be more game to it. So
right.
I think my first playthrough was like 85 hours.
Jesus.
Just to beat the game. Then like to plat it was like another 40 something. So.
Good God.
Yeah, I went all in. So I'm super excited. Lots of good JRPGs coming out. That Oni game looks cool. The Square Enix game.
Oh yeah, Oninaka.
Yeah.
Oh man, that looks awesome.
I have to look at that new updated trailer for it, but I'm hoping it's something different.
Maybe we'll get maybe Bandai will get off their ass and we'll get what's it called by the end of the year?
Code Vein.
Yes. It's not looking good right now.
I was gonna say.
It's like a year ago that was like, here's the anime music video trailer. A year later, we haven't said anything. They were even doing like demos, like to certain YouTubers and stuff, which implied the game was on. Something weird's happening.
Yeah.
And that's
just wish I knew.
That's cause for concern.
Get Jason Schreier on the phone.
I know. We need blood. We need blood, sweat, and pixels too. I need to know the story of this game.
Oh God. Oh, that would have been a thing to talk about. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
The whole Anthem thing.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I got. I'm super excited. We'll learn more on May 9th. So probably about Scramble more so, I bet. But I think they said both, didn't they, Mel?
I mean,
I think it's supposed to be both, but probably get more from Scramble because we know so little.
We're also getting closer to the E of threes. So
which Sony won't be at
Tuesday.
And Nintendo is not revealing new hardware.
Yep.
Sony's not going to be at this one, correct?
Nope, they're not doing it, or they're not doing a presentation. Square's taking their place.
Like there'll probably be like a video or something, but
they're not doing a big shebang thing. E3's kind of going the way of the Dino. It seems like
it's kind of weird. I don't know about that because they said that like 10 years ago, and they said it's going to go away. E3's dying. They're selling it, and then suddenly E3 came.
I don't think it'll like go away, but like the whole big like spectacle of like here's our giant trailer things.
No, don't do that. Don't do that to me.
Because PlayStation's doing directs now.
I love the 3 weeks.
Yeah, plus PlayStation has their own show.
They do. Yeah.
I kind of like directs better because you get more throughout the year. It's like Christmas every 2 months. And then you get a indie direct and it's like, I don't know, Thanksgiving. But I like Thanksgiving, so.
Well, what the most important thing is they clearly should definitely let us know a little bit more about Final Fantasy Remake before I ship myself over there and have a personal talk.
What? No, Final Fantasy 16. Forget 7. It's in the past.
No, we're not going to talk about 16. 7 is here. 7.
Yeah, which one will be out first?
Who knows?
Man, I wonder.
If it is what's his? I don't remember his name, but the guy who does the 14.
Yoshi P.
If he's in charge of 16, it could probably be out. It might be out sooner than 7 remake.
Yeah. He's a lot more confident. He turned that game around in like a year or something.
Yeah, he turned
compared to Nomura, who doesn't probably. I don't think he really.
Nomura's done. He's like in a dark. He's in a dark place right now.
Nomura sounds like he's very much done with being a director in general.
Yeah.
Which I feel bad for the guy because I've been like one of the biggest detractors of him. I know it's not for his fault. Like I want to be absolutely fair here and unbiased. I know it's not always his fault. It just seems that any game he seems to be the director of just decides to take 10 years to do.
Yeah, Square poops on him a little bit too. It's a lot of it self-inflicted, but I don't think Square's like really helping him.
It's really weird though because like they give him he's got huge name billing. They put his name on the front of covers and shit because his artwork. It's so
part
weird.
Of the problem.
Probably.
Give me Verum Rex.
Making him trying to do too much and then forcing him to do it their way. It's just
and then taking him off the projects because they're going to have to take him off 7 if that game's ever going to come out.
Yeah.
I don't.
And it sounds like he doesn't want to be on it either.
It's really blowing my mind too because they have the original director on it and they've swapped roles with Naoki and the original. I can't remember even the original director's name. That's so depressing.
Yeah.
But like they've actually swapped roles, and I'm like, why? Why not just bring everybody back as they were? You literally have the 3 main dudes that worked with us before. Just do that again.
Yeah.
It was great.
13 versus was his baby, and they just
Oh yeah.
Not yeah.
Yeah. They ripped him from the teat, so to speak.
That's a very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Different,
we need to talk about that.
Way off. We're off. I know. A different top for a different day.
We'll talk about the rise and fall of Nomura someday. That needs to be like a documentary.
The rise and fall of Nomura.
Yeah, that poor man.
It was in the year 2017 that Nomura finally gave in to his depression.
All right, you want to take us home, Meta, and read the outro?
Hold a second. Let me just
scroll up.
Scroll up
the Joker.
Wait, hold a second. That's what? No, where is he? There he is. Okay. Me. This has been episode 80 of Podcast of the 5 Rings, your source of enlightenment in the realm of video games, tabletop, anime, film, and tech. Each episode of Podcast of the 5 Rings releases Monday mornings on iTunes and SoundCloud, and topic by topic, day by day on YouTube, with the full video releasing on Friday. Catch updates about the podcast for other news. Give us a follow on your social media platform of choice listed in the description below, which I think entails a couple areas. I don't know.
I've been on mute. Twitter, podcast on our Facebook, BR podcast. Snap me away, Thanos. Take me away to that special place. Because if I stay too long, I'll probably break down and cry. And Meta and Lily stream, twitch.tv/PSOflow. Ted has a blog too. We should probably plug it. I don't remember the name of it. I'm a terrible friend. It is known.
I'm reading the outro and I'm like, I don't actually remember all of our...
geekyspirit.com.
Thank you, Mao. See, look, Mao's a nice... He tries to act hard and tough. He's so tsundere, though.
That's true.
Mao, that needs to be a topic. Which one of us is the most tsundere?
That's probably Mao.
Tsundere.
Tsundere is, I don't know. I don't think any of us are...
bitches.
Please.
Whoa, Mao.
Please. It's crazy. You can't say that.
All right, I'm gonna go watch.
Definitely the most tsundere.
Oh no!
Probably.
Oh no! I'm gonna go watch Avengers. People, snap me away.
All right, later.
Bye.
Don't get snapped.
It's not like I want to end the podcast or anything.
Babaka.
Baka.